for the clout. Dash, I'm out. Mashing for the clout. TTGT for the clout. Ooh, hop out. Draco on the couch. Ooh, 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 ooh. Smash for the clout. Dash, I'm out. Mashing for the clout. TTGT for the clout. Ooh, hop out. Draco on the couch. Draco, how many with your friends say? Y'all keep making moves like a sensei. Don't nobody move, that's what I say. Effing blow the cherry off your Sunday. Ooh, I'm a full-time finesse, ain't no chance in it. 100 hanging on my neck like a chandelier. I got moves to make, I got something in the rape. Selling candy bars, sound like me when I was 8. Smash for the clout, dash, I'm out. Mashing for the clout. TTGT for the clout. Ooh, hop out. Draco on the couch. Ooh, 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 ooh. Smash for the clout. Dash, I'm out. Mashing for the clout. TTGT for the clout. Ooh, hop out. Draco on the couch.
Balenciaga book bag, OG gas in the pouch. Double G slippers, Prada rugs in the house. Baby girl, what you gon' do for this clout? You gon' bust it open, put this ooh in your mouth. Drip drop. She gon' suck on the tip top, lip lock. Chosen smile, I need a big sock. Do it for the gang, never for the fame. Bitch, I lie and cheat, this shit in my veins.
Smash for the clout, dash, I'm out. Mashing for the clout. TTGT for the clout. Ooh, hop out. Draco on the couch. Ooh, 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 ooh. Smash for the clout.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Daffy, RW, Justin, Kid83, JB, Anna, Wills, De7 Mo, Mark Millie, Gary, Caleb, Big Lou, Candace, Allen. Good morning, good morning. Glad to have y'all in here. Which YouTube members, make sure you check out the video I posted yesterday. There was a midweek update video for you guys. I try to post it on Wednesdays or Thursdays, so every week's a little different. This week I did Wednesday since there wasn't as much news. Morning. Glad to have you all in here. All right, let's get started. So today, I'll start from bigger time frame. So today, the big thing to look out for is to see, can the area between this open and this low hold? If not, it's not going to be looking too hot. If you go down to the smaller time frame, we've already broken it, rejected it, and now we're coming back up again after almost testing those low 390s. Like I said in the video yesterday, probably going to test low 390s. If we can hold above that, we could definitely get some buy reactions, but overall it's already bearish. What you need to see now is a push over the pre-market high to maybe get some buyers stepping in. You do have previous day close to worry about, you got previous day open to worry about, you got previous day high, you got the 397. So there's a lot buyers need to do. I guess what I'm trying to say is sellers are in control, but for buyers to take back over, we're going to need to see a lot more from them. It's not just one good pop. I need to see a good pop. I need to see a good hold. A good hold. So we're going to be watching out for a lot today on buyers and sellers. But that's essentially what we're looking out for. So overall today, I need to see for buyers, I need to see them retake pre-market high at least. That's the very first thing we need to see them do. Not just previous day low, pre-market high, where they rejected from. I need to see them retake 395s, get above that previous day close. I need to see them get towards 396.40s and close up in this area so their bigger time frame chart doesn't look so bad. So that's what bulls need to do today to really show that they have a sign of strength left before next week. Bears are going to need to break 391.85 to the downside, and then that can bring us 390.50, possibly even 388s. So we got a pretty easy plan to the downside, but that's because they've already done a lot of the work to get here. So fix that for next time. I'll do better. That would have been a very easy short. So previous day close, a pretty strong break above 143.20 is acting as a break below on Apple. That's a pretty strong chart, actually. I like that a lot. For Amazon, it looks like they're dealing with 91, 90.65 for a break below. For a break above, they're going to be dealing with 92.20s. Tesla, they have a heavy hit. This is, again, and I think I've said this a couple times just to kind of get it off my chest. But there are a few times where big stocks like Tesla will have big events or big news coming out. And you guys are always like, oh, it's going to go up. And then it ends up holding and then drop, or it ends up having a rally and then a drop. Everyone's like, why is that? Why does it always do that? It's buy the rumor, sell the news. This is always a big thing with big stocks. And big money is very good at doing this. Big money love to prop up stocks that are about to have really big news, and it doesn't even matter what the news is. It's just the fact that it has that much hype is a good reason to rally the stock, right? Now, a good thing to also do after the stock rallies is to dump it. Finally, when that news comes out, well, now the cat's out of the bag. Got to sell your position, right? And that's what ends up happening. You end up getting a lot of short sellers. You end up getting a lot of people that are trapped in plays on Tesla to the upside. And look where they are now. They're down in the mid 180s after closing above 200. That is a crazy drop to the downside. A lot of people are trapped. Probably going to see this be a little bit of a stagnant chart today, but this is a perfect example of buy the rumor, sell the news. Meta, it looks like they're dealing with 170.60 to the downside and honestly 173.60 to the upside. It's already kind of a set chart for us. Google all over the place, holy lord. AMD, not bad. 77.50 or 78.25. Probably go with previous day close at 78.30. Previous day opens way up here at 78.75. Okay, Nvidia's not too bad. 222s or 227. That's a pretty wide range though. It's gonna mess with a lot of people. Netflix hitting under 310, very nice sign. 308.80s can be a really good break below. 314.30s can be a break above. So I do like a few of these charts. I like Apple, so we'll type Apple up. Amazon, actually do kind of like this one. Above 92.20s. Target 92.70. 93.20. Below 91/90/60s. Target 90. Tesla, like I said, this one's probably going to be stagnant today, but we can still add it if y'all want. They're going to be dealing with a lot though. Yeah, they're going to have to deal with either 185 to the downside or get a short-term upside break above 188.20s, which even if they do that, they still aren't out of the doghouse. They have 190.20s to deal with. You can see it's kind of a support in pre-market before they fell more. 190.30s and 193.30s. So that one's going to be a rough chart today. We'll try to go over it a few times just so everybody's on point with it. But overall, that chart's not looking too hot. Meta's not looking bad. Number 41 in the like. I like how I don't care what number, you're just excited. What's up, Daffy? What's up, Jacko? What's up, Moon? Again, guys, if you have a YouTube membership, Please check out the latest video I posted in there. If you guys have lifetime in the Discord, you also have access to this video, so please check those out. Above 173.60s target. Microsoft, Google, both those are kind of ugly. Probably doing video or AMD. AMD did look a little bit better than Nvidia. Last time I said that Nvidia then rallied like crazy. Above 78, 75 or better. Passive break above. Of 314.30s. All right, I'm gonna send this list out real quick. I need to go back to SPY. Send out. Oh, hold up. I'll make it a little more even. So you get downside levels too. Alright, looks like we're good to go. All my stuff is sent out. Let me double check that it did. Oh yeah, everything's sent. Everything's good. I was just triple checking. All right, my entire focus is y'all now. Good morning, good morning. Glad to have y'all. Can't ever tell what that chick in the song is saying. I'd have to hear it again. AMD's your favorite today. Very nice. Morning. Hope everyone has a good day. Same to you, Zaytoven. Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, Breaking Levels. Glad to have you both. Tesla Poots looking to take profit immediately at market open. Who's with me? Good job, Boo Boo. Very happy for you, and good job, because you probably should just take profit at opens. That's a very significant drop. It's not, I mean, they closed above 200 and they're opening in the mid 180s. That's very, very big. So good job for you, man. Very happy for you. Good morning, Jazz. Good morning, Andrew. Hope you're doing great too. Took a couple months off. Nice to see lots of familiar names still around. What's up, Josh? Glad to have you in here, man. Good job taking some time off. I was just saying yesterday, mental, your mentality, your mental health is literally more important than anything you could ever do in the stock market. Good morning, Sabrina. Hope everyone is doing all right this AM. Love to hear it. Morning, Toma. I haven't seen that name in a while. What's up, Toma? What's up, Andrew McGlennon? Glad to have you all in here, though. Feel free to drop a like on the stream. It's very easy to do. It's free, and it helps out the channel a lot. Oh, my bad, Sherman. I must have been clicked on your name because I don't see your thing anymore, but I'll go look. I'll check. Sherman, also make sure you don't have any updates on your Discord. Sometimes that messes it up, and there's literally no reason why. But I'll make sure you have access for next time. Connect, speak, video, no activities, voice activity. All right, you should be good for next time, Sherman. I'm a little late today. I had to save the world. Just another day in Money Lisa life. Good morning, WCCI. So full port long Tesla to open? No, I don't know if that'll be the case. Because it can definitely go down lower. I'm just saying it's a really good open for somebody like Boo Boo, who already had a short position open. So he's definitely going to need to take some profits at open. I would say that's a need. Morning, everybody. In the office, so might not trade today and only coming for a like. Good luck at trade. Hey, thank you, Ace. Appreciate that a lot, man. Shout out to Ace. That's a real one. But yeah, like Daffy said, we'll probably see some consolidation on Tesla at first. My laptop keyboard thanks you. Oh, I see what you're saying. What's up, Tulip? Energy meme today. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. What's up, Isaiah? Isaiah's hyped, everybody. Damn, SF, you have the same birthday as Leland. Is it really Leland's birthday today? I don't want to say happy birthday to him, and it's not even close. Okay, it is. J-Bake confirmed it. It has to be. If J-Bake said it, then it definitely is. Alright, I'm going to go spam him in the announcements channel. Everybody tell Leland happy birthday in the Discord and in the stream. That is by far one of the greatest assets in my server. Everybody... Spam this man. Spam this man. Everybody's doing it. Yes. Spam him on Discord. So when he wakes up or when he checks it, he's got like 60 plus notifications. Good stuff, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy crap. Y'all are blowing up the YouTube chat too. Let me screenshot that. Super cool guy, though. Everybody, you know, we always have, I mean, I'm sure all of you have the same thing, but everybody always has, like, that one or two friend that they go and they message and kind of update with and kind of keep yourself in gear with and just kind of bounce ideas back off of. Leland is one of those guys for me. Leland is one of those guys that I constantly message every day, every week, on the weekend, during the week, at night, in the morning. It doesn't matter. We're always bouncing ideas off each other. We're always bouncing what we're going to possibly do next on the market together. And it's the greatest thing ever. It's nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of, bounce your own self off of, you know. Oh, yo, I took this trade today, and then they kind of hold you to it, give you constructive criticism. You know, not like a love or hate thing. It's just like, it's really good to have a partner to kind of put yourself through this market. So I would say Leland is definitely one of those guys for me. Very, very cool guy. And he does so much for the community, too. He always sets up the alerts every day in the bot for me. I don't have to do that. He always provides extra content. He always gives me ideas for new content. He always gives good trade ideas for the Lifetime gang. He single-handedly leads the day trade channel in there pretty much. I'll show y'all. But he always calls out really, really nice charts. He gives really good potential plays for different setups on SPX, SPY, all kinds of stuff. You see my extra videos in there. Tons of awesome information on just fair value gaps, levels, gaps in general. I mean, he gives all this information every single week. He's just a super helpful guy. He always helps out everybody, regardless of who they are, where they are in the chat. But thank you guys for helping me spam him, because that is very funny. There's Leland. He said, "Oh my goodness." He did the Mike Tyson goodness. God, I sound like I'm lisp when I say that goodness. That's funny. He's been very cool with me bugging him. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I just bug Leland anytime I can. And you can too. Also, he's not just a trader. I think what my favorite thing about Leland is he's kind of like me in a way, because I don't just trade. There's tons of other things that technically my LLC does to draw in multiple sources of income, not even counting YouTube, not even counting Discord. It's really cool that he also is kind of doing the same thing. He doesn't run a Discord, but he owns a Amazon store. He has a job. His girlfriend has like an insanely good job as well. You know, that they're entrepreneurs. They kick ass. They work very hard. So it's really cool to kind of have someone like that around you. Leland's a grinder though. He's not on Grinder, but he's a grinder. Wink, wink. It's up to you and your tax guy, Bagal. It's different for everybody. Leader of the mafia. Alright, well, we have a little less than 6 minutes, about 5.5 minutes to the market opens. What is everyone looking at? I'll mainly be focused on SPY like usual, just because of the kind of weird open we're getting. It's a lower open, but we are rejecting a very important area, so I'll be kind of focused on SPY today. JC Invest, you share the same birthday as him. Legend. Surround yourself with people that will bring the best out of you. Exactly. You should always look around and see what kind of people do you talk to, what do they do, what are their goals in life, and then apply yourself. See if you align yourself with them or not. And if not, then you need to get new friends, or just not have any. Or 2, align yourself with people that are great. Align yourself with people that you think are great, that are working hard, that are looking to do things that you're also trying to do. Put yourself around people that are going to make you better. Spy for me, side glance at triple Qs. Chad's watching triple Qs. Good advice by For Profit right there. Watching SPY and selling some SPY puts held from yesterday. Ooh, good job, Mark. Now, YouTube members, did y'all check out the video yesterday? Make sure y'all do. Again, reminding you, because it's not market's not open yet, so you do have a little bit of time to get over there. The video is not that long. It's just under 7 minutes.
What's going on, BB?
I also want to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. If you're paying me $5 a month, I want you to be reminded that there is new videos for you. I don't want you to think, oh, crap, I didn't check all this stuff out. Check it out. Make sure you watch some of those videos on time if possible. I saw you commented, Moon. I saw you there. You've been doing a good catching the videos. I just want you guys to know that the videos are there. There's no other way of me alerting you besides that membership only section, which I kind of don't like that for YouTube. There should be a way to like email you or message you on a different app or something and say, hey, there's a new video. But that's the only way that you'll be notified, which I think it pops up in your notifications on YouTube as well. So make sure y'all check that when I do post content. That should pop up there as well. But definitely take advantage of those spy updates. I'm going to be doing 2 every single week. We only did 1 on that 1 short week, but I made sure to also post other videos. So I'm trying to keep it at like 2 videos a week for you guys, just so y'all get plenty of it. Oh, you do get emails about it? Okay, good, good, good. Okay, never mind then. Google's doing its job. Good to hear, good to hear. I haven't had anybody say that, so I was curious. No, you're good, Burok. You don't have to pay. You're already pretty much there anyway. I never really have to give you updates. You already kind of have the same analysis as me, so I wouldn't worry about it. And a notification on the YouTube. Oh, okay, so you do get both. You get the email and you get the notification. Good, good, good. I'm very happy to hear that, because I did not know if you guys were actually getting the notification that you needed, because it would kind of suck to post content and then you guys have no idea it's even there. I can see how many views and likes it gets too, so that's also why I was a little concerned. There's like 55 members, but I think only like half or a little over half are actually seeing the content, so I didn't know if anybody actually knew that it was there or not. I've been saying it repeatedly when I see you guys sign up just to make sure you know. But I'll definitely keep the notifications going. Alright, let's get Devin in here.
Yo, yo. Good morning, everybody.
What's up, Devin?
Not too much. Gonna see if we get any action here probably in the first hour, then I'm gonna take off because I got some stuff to do today. But if we don't get anything exciting, it's probably gonna be something similar to probably the last few days. But there is moves possible, but it's gonna be a lot of patience.
Chaz. What other kind of things do you do as an entrepreneur? Well, there's a few different things. We can talk about it later. 3D printing, the Discord, the YouTube, tons of other things. But that's what you should focus on in life. You should never focus on just one thing. Like, oh, I want to get good at trading. No, you should want to get good at trading, but also have a side hustle going. It's always good to have a side hustle. Good morning, Candace. Oh, they're saying good morning to Devin. Never mind, I'll shut up. When's your birthday, Devin?
November 25th.
Oh, that's right. He's like 10 days after mine.
Yeah, I was definitely not singing. That was some little sinful montage. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Here, I'll go find it again. That was pretty funny. It's in Trade Floor, right? Or off topic? I think it was Trade
I
Floor.
think it's in Trade Floor.
I gotta scroll far now, all these birthday messages. It's Leland's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Leland. Wagyu on the house, huh?
Oh, I'm sure he has some Wagyu lined up. Actually, Leland will probably just work through his birthday. I could see that. My boy runs Amazon.
So market's a little down on the morning, so obviously we're expecting probably a little retest here, but we're going to see if we reject. Data wasn't really good as in far as terms of numbers, but we didn't get much movement this morning so far. Man, I forgot in the Twitter world, people take stuff super serious, so I had to clarify myself.
Dude, I saw that.
I'm like, man, I'm trying to make a trade. I'm not trying to speculate about numbers, though.
Yeah, I did see that.
Some of us do trade all the time.
In my head, I was like, oh, Devin just wanted a bigger move. That guy was...
Oh, and it was such a slow leak down that you could, like, dude, there's elevator up, escalator, you know what I mean? Escalator up, elevator down. We were not getting an elevator down. We were getting an escalator down, which means buy the dip could have came in, which means I'm not shorting it on an A3 number because when buy the dip comes in, it can move really fast and hit your stop loss a lot. Meta coming up off the open.
I missed a really easy Apple short yesterday.
I seen you explaining it in the pre-market. I was like, damn. Should have took them both.
Literally, I should have done what you
Because
said.
the apple would have made more than the square, and it would have worked out.
You are correct. Pour it on, Devin. I am stupid.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just
No,
saying,
I know. I'm messing
It
with
would have
you.
worked out.
Please don't make him angry. I've seen his video.
You know, Barack, the crazy thing is, the last time I was in an altercation, I ain't gonna say too much, but it was pretty serious, and the level of calm that I was in the situation scared me. Because like I was so aware and calm in the situation that it's kind of scared me.
I could take him, chat. I could take him. I would need every.
I actually did get poked, Barack, if you know what that means. I did get poked.
I'm sure poking you is like poking a bear.
I don't know. Bleed's pretty good. All right, let's see what we're gonna get here. Meta's still trying to be strong on the opens here. Apple creeping up a little bit. XOM.
Lifetime Gang Lee then posted a trade idea on his birthday. Make sure you check out that Lifetime channel. I'm not listening
Good
to
on the
this.
first 10 minutes. Good job, Sandollar, beating up Baba again.
Dude, yeah, he has been just repeatedly destroying Baba.
Waits for it to go up a little bit, then shorts it, huh?
Literally, that's what he does. And when he goes down too much, he grabs calls. Yeah, fantastic, John. It would take me and the entire Josh army and probably all of the Infinity Stones from Avengers to take down Devin. But I could do it. It could be done. I would need all the Infinity Stones. I'd change his reality to like we're in like SeaWorld or something. It would take some serious work.
I told somebody the other day that was kind of like, oh, you're big. I'm like, man, I'm the type of guy that like, I don't have to be mad. Like if I'm walking down the street, some guys like if he came up to me, he's like, bro, I'm having the worst day. I'm so angry. Like, will you box me? Will you fight me? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. We can go grab food afterwards. Like, you don't have to get angry to be able to be capable. It's kind of like the market. You got to manage those emotions. In those situations, it's the same thing as the market. You can't let your emotions fly out of control.
Your mind is stronger than your muscles.
Exactly.
Devin seems more like a Legoland kind of guy. Ah, that sucks, Noxta. Still nice that you played both, though. It's probably what I should have done on Apple and Square. At least it would have evened me out. Good stuff, though, Noxta. I can't wait to see that run analysis. I'd like to see what you saw on that. Pretty nice buy reaction right at open. Now we're getting the opposite reaction again.
Yep, already some sellers coming off that where we sold from. So we're going to come down towards that previous intraday low. XLM coming down a little bit. NVIDIA pop pre-market high in Wiccan. Same thing with Netflix.
If you guys are watching Square, a good level underneath is 7460s. Oh, that's right. They have multiple Lego lands. was gonna say there is one in Florida too, or at least there was. I don't know about it anymore. Nvidia, AMD going to opposite sides. That's actually pretty usual. That's actually been happening a lot this week. Nvidia is still reacting to the downside. AMD down a lot more today, though. If you guys remember yesterday, Nvidia was the one that was down a lot more, so they switched again. Microsoft trying to hold up and defend, not bad. Same for Meta. Tesla not so much. Amazon trying to defend their pre-market low. Apple trying to fight their 144.60, which their key level is really 145.30, so they're just still in the middle of their range. And SPY, they have the important 394 level above 395 area. It's pretty much combine those. They need to get above that though, but they're at the lower part of their pre-market right now. They broke today's open in the first 10 minutes. We'll see if they can come back down and test the low of pre-market, or if we're going to get another buyer reaction here after this first 10 minutes of the day.
Microsoft creeping up a little bit as Apple's already wicking. XOM still coming down. Berk B coming down towards yesterday low.
Thank you guys again for helping me spam Leland. That was there's still birthday messages pouring in there. That's all I wanted, was to spam him.
SPY coming down a little bit towards that previous pre-market little area of resistance and pre-market low below.
Morning, King Cabina. Glad to have you, as
Got
always.
50 seconds on this 10-minute candle.
Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are tuning in. Glad to have you all in here again. Some of you have been here since August. Some of you have been here this is your first time or your first month in here with us. All kinds of people in here. And this is the perfect size audience. Like I said, I hope it maintains this size. I mean, it'd be cool to grow, but at the same time, I really don't care for it. I do like just having the occasional 100 to 300 people in here. It's very easy to remember who's who.
Looks like the 10-minute candle giving some nice little indecision here.
They defended today's open, though, on SPY. We'll see if they can maintain a buy reaction from here now. Let me turn on that 9 EMA. I know a lot of you guys like looking at that. Opening in the middle of nowhere. Since we opened lower, this does actually give bears a better momentum boost. This could definitely send them down to want to at least retest 391s, maybe even 388s today. So keep your eyes on that just from the bigger time frame analysis if we do not get a buy reaction to retake these lows that we just lost. Definitely in bear control on smaller and bigger time frame.
Apple's slowing down. Microsoft getting over pre-market high. Meta still trying to get over pre-market high.
Damn, even Jason said happy birthday to you, Leland. It really is a good day to you. Shut up, Jack. And Money Lisa, first time here, my ass. Y'all are basically YouTube or community celebrities at this point. Everybody knows Money Lisa and Wacko Jacko. And everybody knows Mel. Y'all are some nerds. Alright, looks like buyers are defending 392.60s in today's open still. We'll see if they can get any kind of follow through after this. This is literally just the start of something. We have no other confirmation outside of this yet. Bears are still in control. Oh, y'all got jokes. What is y'all's favorite ticker or chart to look at? Regardless of you trading it a lot or not, it doesn't matter. I'm not asking what's your most traded. I'm asking what is your favorite chart to go chart up, to look at, to view, to analyze, to break down, to talk about. What is y'all's favorite chart? By far. I'm sure I'll get a lot of spies and QQQs out of this. Oh my god, Noxta. First, I gotta figure out what the CPI thing is. Triple Qs, SPY, SPX, Apple. Apple hasn't let you down. Good, good, good. Apple's a great one to practice with because it has slow swings, but it creates really, really good opportunities for bigger and smaller time frames. So it really does kind of accommodate for any size trader. Yeah, Dina going with the big dog SPX. SPY, Triple Qs, GME. Intuition also saying SPX. Netflix, XLV. Damn, Daffy, XLV. I would not have guessed that, to be honest.
Not getting too much steam here. Meta coming down. Microsoft rejecting pre-market high. Apple slowing down. Tesla trying to pick up now. XLM trying to pick up now. B breaking low a day. Yesterday low. Amazon rejecting yesterday low. Starting to get a little more volume coming in here on the time of sales.
King Kabina, I've been getting into it more. I've been scalping it more, but even when I do trade it, I just look at SPY. I've been kind of just using some of Leland's strategies on it. I'll try to catch one today if I can. I just try to scalp it though. I don't try to. I mean, I did try to swing it, but that was a no-no. But I just look at SPY when I look at it, so I'm pretty much already looking at it by looking at SPY so much. Which SPY actually looks good for some buyers here as long as they're holding 392.60s.
Not too many tickers moving one way or another yet. XOM slowly drifting down. Nvidia getting over pre-market high. Netflix re-getting over pre-market high. Meta still slow, struggling. Microsoft rejecting pre-market high still. Apple still battling between midpoint and pre-market high.
Did Tesla make a new low? They did in the pre-market, but then they just held it ever since then. They've pretty much made their lows and are just holding off of them. Nothing crazy yet. But they did make new lows in pre-market. William, Devin does trade futures, and there's a few people in chat who trade futures. I've seen Noxta, I've seen Marente, I've seen a few other people in there, Rowdy. But there are a few people within the community on Discord that do trade futures. It is his birthday, King Cabino. Yeah, definitely low start or slow start, Wag. You got that right. Daffy posted the sectors, and the only green one is Staples. Nice candle here off of the 392.60s. Nothing crazy volume-wise, but still, nice defense of this today's open. 3 candles in a row. Might be getting a pop to the upside just because of that defense of today's open. Will we get follow-through, or will we get another rejection? Yo, what's up, Charts Focus 1? Always happy to see your name pop up, man. How you doing? It's my boy, Andrew. Wicking down, even with pretty good volume on that candle, too. Overtaking the previous two. Again, just kind of watching the defense of today's open so far. No follow-through from anybody yet. Pretty good volume on this candle, though. I'll give it that.
Alright, we got a next 10-minute candle here. Trying to break out of that previous high. See if we can get up towards 393.38.
This song loves to be replayed a lot.
Which one's that?
When it goes, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, I don't really listen to only when I'm listening to your pre-market breakdown, because when I'm in the live stream, I mute it.
I don't blame you. If I could mute it for myself, I would.
Well, otherwise I hear you talking twice. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it's not the
All right.
music.
Probably getting over that 394.40. See if we can hold now. Hopefully get a nice push here towards 390, 396. If not, potentially could reject and come back down towards that previous low day.
Pretty good pop by buyers after the continued defense of today's open. Like I said, we got a good pop, but what I'd really be surprised to see is follow through. So can we break 394s? Can we get through 395s? That'll be more impressive. This is a good hold so far, though. Not really breaking anything super significant. Just kind of testing previous day low and wicking. See if we finish past that or not, or if that's going to be where we make our high before the next drop down to the lower part of our pre-market.
Tesla coming up. And as we're sitting here, guys, it's only 10, 13 minutes in the market, but on a week like this where everybody's, bullish, bearish, the information's not really clear, and the market's not giving us the easiest trades, we really don't want to rush into anything. So even though we're getting a nice pop here, it's hard to take that it's already broke that 394.40. So you almost want to see it retest that and get that next candle really confirming on top of that. Get a couple candles confirmed over top 394.40 area, so they don't just wick us back down and come down lower that yesterday low.
And if it just rallies without you, who cares? You didn't take an early entry.
Yeah,
you want to take an entry. You want to take an entry that's comfortable, that forces you into the trade because you like it so much. But yeah, very good breakdown by Devin.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm just sitting here thinking man, this looks like a lot like yesterday, and it's just we could get a move here, but how long do you got to sit here to really get a move that you're comfortable with? And on days like that, it's almost not even worth trading because there's so much more easier opportunities ahead of us. Potential 2-minute 3-bar play though on 2-minute ES. So see if we can get a 2-bar through this level, or the 3-bar play through this level. My bad. So we get the 3-bar play through this level here. We got the larger engulfing bullish candle, then the smaller body red candle with the decreasing volume. So now we're seeing if it's going to break out and validate on the 2-minute on ES.
Pretty good volume on the 5-minute. A hold of 393.30s could definitely send us to the top of pre-market. See if we get there or not. Don't go chasing rainbows or trades. There is always another. 100%. What's up, Andrew? We need to get you into some of these streams. I'd love to bring you on. The only newsletter I think I actually read and take serious. It's hard to find a good newsletter that you like. But I have been reading that one every week.
So far, this 3-bar play invalidated on the 2-minute, so we did not get the momentum we needed to pop up through this level. And they're rejecting, bringing us back down. And why it's live on the 10-minute chart here? What do we see? We see a wick that popped above a level, right? And what happens is newer traders, when we pop that level, you know how many people bought contracts here? I guarantee you, there's thousands of people that took a trade as we're trying to pop this yesterday low. And right now, half of them have already been stopped out. The other half are holding on, hoping that we hold opening price and yesterday low. So it's just being aware of the situation.
Green Musk.
We'll have to schedule you in, Andrew. We are doing a full day stream tomorrow. If you want to try and tune in tomorrow,
What Andrew said?
you can DM me on Discord if you want.
I don't even see that one.
It's Charts Focus One is his name.
Oh, okay.
I've known him for a very long time. Since before I even had my own chat. But he makes these newsletters, and they're like super, super in depth. They cover everything, all the understanding of every piece of data, as well as analysis, of course, just on basic stuff. But it's super, super informative.
All right, we're getting a nice rejection here with decent volume coming in on the 10-minute with about 2 minutes left. We get increasing volume rejection here, and it's going to be looking pretty good for the bears. Microsoft, Apple, everything coming down. Not everything. Tesla is still holding up a little bit, but everything else is pretty much got a red candle.
Good eyes, boo-boo. If you didn't hear what Devin just said, rewind and hear it again. It's so important to think and understand what other traders are doing because price action is nothing but human emotion. 100%. I see, Isaiah. You already posted your review. Good job getting so quick on the review. Regardless of win, regardless of the loss, I'm very glad to see you taking care of it. Because you got to remember, there's nobody over your shoulder telling you what to do and how to do things. You have to be your own disciplinary.
Gotta be a robot. Beep, boop, boop.
Beep, boop, boop.
Google coming up. XOM start coming up. On days when when you trade SPY and you got stuff going up, you got stuff going down, it makes it really hard to want to take that trade with full confidence because there will be days where everything is moving in the same direction and it is a lot easier. Right now, you got Tesla, Google trying to hold up, you got XOM holding up, Microsoft, Apple rejecting. So just waiting. Nvidia's trying to hold up over its pre-market high, trying to get that yesterday close, rejecting off that. Yeah, a lot of push and pull right now. About to get our first 30-minute candle and our next 10-minute candle on the market as we're trying to hold opening price, potentially giving us a little better breakout to the upside here.
Andrew, is there a link I can send for your sign up or whatever? I already forgot what
Spot
it is.
getting a nice pop above that previous level. Entry high, coming up towards pre-market high. helping us out here. Looks like Tesla's helping us out. Google, XOM. Healthcare's not helping or hurting us with UNH. NVIDIA helping a little bit. You want to give us a nice little sector rotation, Josh? See what's going on.
Yeah, we only green sector that we had at open was Staples. They're doing pretty good, which normally when Staples is up and the rest are down, that's money moving into safer sectors, which is pretty normal actually. Energy is still just kind of holding up fairly well from their previous day. Utilities are holding their lows. Base are recovering a little bit after holding their previous day open. Industrials are doing the exact same thing as utilities, or base I mean, sorry. Financials have taken a fat hit today. They are down over 1.25%. Very bad for financials, which is very important because they are a heavy sector. Discretionary is also recovering towards previous day lows. That's your Tesla, Amazon, McDonald's, Nike, all those fun ones. Healthcare is also doing pretty hot, defending their previous day lows. And you have tech defending their previous. So a lot of things are defending or recovering to their previous day lows, which is a good sign of initial strength. This can give the market a pop to the upside if all of these keep working together. It looks like that's what a lot of them are trying to do.
By quickly pushing towards that pre-market high. Potentially, if it gets over this, it's looking to go towards 394.50 and yesterday close. Microsoft, Apple creeping back up, Tesla at pre-market high, Meta creeping up, Google still moving a little bit more, NVIDIA trying to get a new intraday high.
Good call-outs by everybody in the YouTube chat. Seeing a lot of really good updates. Whoever was asking about the newsletter, if you want a link to it, here it is. That's how you can get to it. It's the only outside source I think I use. I really don't like to look at other traders. I like to look at my own path in front of me. I don't like to listen to 50 different opinions and then not understand what I'm looking at. But this is one newsletter I do continuously use. Good updates every single week on Sunday, so you get a really good early start to your week information-wise. Which a lot of this information is posted in the weekly watch list, like where it is and what it is, but this breaks it down a lot more, so. It's also just a lot of time-consuming work to make your own newsletter, so I know it's not easy.
My bad, SPY again, pre-market high.
Are you good? Cut me off if there's a stock moving. I ain't going to be hurt.
Yeah, try to get a quick pop here, see if we get a confirmation. Then we're going to go towards that yesterday close.
Yeah, previous day close is next really, really big level for sure.
Apple's still creeping up. I would be mad if the little previous day close hit. That would be a nice little trade. So far, they're wicking it, trying to fake people out. Let's see if it's going to be a rejection. Got about 5 minutes on our 10-minute candle, so still plenty of time on the 10-minute candle. This is still fighting at pre-market high. XOM's trying to come off yesterday low, but below pre-market low.
They're gonna flush us back down to 393.30s. We shall see.
Nice rejection on SPY. Not too many tickers rejecting hard yet. Nvidia's got the biggest wick. Google next. Tesla's still trying to hold up. Meta in really tight range. Same with Apple. Amazon coming down a little more. Google rejecting the midpoint. Got about a minute left on this 10-minute candle. Starting to bring buyers back in. Excellent, moving higher. See how this 10-minute candle finishes up. Coming up pretty quick on this 10-minute candle. Back towards pre-market high with 50 seconds left. Crazy push here. Back over pre-market high. See what's going to get that previous high we had here. Then it's closing, or yesterday close. 30 seconds on the 10-minute candle. Looks like Knox is looking at Tesla, 5-minute 3-bar play. Spot does push higher here. That could help Tesla play out that 3-bar play.
Are you good, Andrew? I got you. I went to our DMs. I remember I asked that before. Awesome. And oh, I got your DM the other day saying too, I appreciate you. Glad you got the class. Glad you got it when while I was on the discount. I'm probably going to leave it at that price though. But thank you for checking it out. Glad to have you on board.
Next 10-minute candle, opening under pre-market, coming down. If they're going to use this yesterday low as support, really battling here. Use some of these weight stuff, pick a direction and help out SPY. Actually, I'm trying to get under the pre-market low. Bert B, same situation. We'll give us an increased volume pop here. Microsoft creeping back towards pre-market high. Apple not moving too much. Tesla still trying to hold up. Meta starting to creep down. Same with Google. Netflix just holding over pre-market high. Same with Nvidia. Still waiting here. Amazon, Apple ranges are tight. Meta's got a pretty tight range. People are talking about on YouTube. Shouldn't be looking at charts while driving anyways. That's dangerous. Out here swerving lanes. "30 seconds on a 5-minute candle, 5 minutes and 30 seconds on a 10-minute candle." Microsoft getting pre-market high, see how much it moves. Same with Tesla. XLM still trying to go up with Berg B. See if this is going to help SPY get another push towards that closing price. And you see breakdown under that yesterday low for this to really reject and come down lower. Otherwise, buyers still have a chance to push this up towards that closing price. As stuff's still trying to creep up here, so be careful going short early. Coming up to that previous intraday high, see if we can pop it. Did not make that new high here, so now we're looking for it to possibly reject and come down under that yesterday low. 10 minutes not set, not too bad though. See what this next 10-minute candle does, as long as we hold above this previous yesterday low. Nice deep. Better creeping down a little bit more. Tesla couldn't get over that pre-market high. Apple still couldn't get going. Microsoft rejecting. XOM rejecting yesterday high. Potentially rejecting off this level here. As long as we can't get over this previous intraday and it comes down to this yesterday low, we should be going to test towards that previous 392.20 area. It puts in a higher low end, then we're just going to start forming a range on the day.
Still having problem with 394, I see.
Yes, sir.
Still holding a really good level, though. 9 EMA and 393.30s, which, again, if you scroll out, is your previous day low. So we're kind of stuck between previous day close, bigger time frame level here at 394, and 393.30s, which is the previous day low. So we're stuck between two really, really important areas. Could still get good pops off this support. Could see a good pullback under that support. Very strong pivot point. We're looking to see who has control here in the next 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes. Tobias the Spa. I didn't realize you'd already gone. Very happy to hear, though. Glad you're chilled out, man. That must be amazing.
Nice little spot, eh?
Hopefully your girl's happy. Honestly, I'd probably just close it, Alan. Sometimes I do that to myself, where if I'm in such a bad play, I just let it close out, you know, with 0 premium, to prove myself a lesson. Like, hey, don't do this again, dummy. But it's really up to you, because at that point, it's kind of like a lesser of two evils kind of pick, really. Good job, Deep. Snipe that one on Tesla. Call out Spicy Pepper. Ooh, you are too as well, Jack. Nice, nice.
Starting to come down, testing the 9, breaking through the 9 immediately. See if they're going to wake it back up or going to come through opening price. The faster with the sell-off here, the more likely the bulls could take us through that pre-market low. Apple's still creeping down. Microsoft's still not over the level. Tesla coming down a little bit more. See if they're going to try to wick it back up above the 9 here. And I'm looking at this on the 10-minute. Yeah, so far it's a big candle and lowering volume, but there's a lot of time left in this 10-minute candle. We got about 7 minutes, so the volume could come up to match the candle. We just gotta wait and see. But yeah, so far big candle, low volume.
You also have to remember this too, Caroline. It's the beginning of the candle. There's still 2 minutes left in this candle. The 3 minutes are about to go by, so that's actually a pretty good amount of volume for the first half of that candle, you could say.
And so far they're wicking it up. See if it's gonna retest that yesterday low and reject. Are they potentially buyers coming in to put a higher low after that quick retest? Still, weight's giving us no clear direction on them, so SPY's just kind of in this range. Most weights are in a range. Amazon, Apple, Meta, kind of tight ranges. Microsoft's just trying to pop that pre-market high still. Nvidia's still hanging out above pre-market high.
Good job, Mel. I see you on the SPX gains again.
Good job, Mel. Yeah, Microsoft's holding up much better than Apple is, but if they can both get going, it would definitely help out SPY. If they both sell off, they're definitely going to hurt SPY.
Oh, you're good, Caroline. See how it picked up even more now? Now you're like, oh, crap, that's actually a pretty good amount of volume. So it was mainly sellers. Then you had some buyers step in, increase volume again. A little bit of a mix. If you're in the side server, you can actually download or upload the true volume indicator. It'll show you the difference between buyers and seller volume in the same candle.
Yeah, I prefer True Volume a lot more than the other one, the original. Yeah, True Volume's on TOS though, where he just talked about is for a TOS link.
Like I said, you have to see the side server, the free server that we have, the educational server. And that'll give you the link to it. Then you can just add it to your whatever.
I'm with you, man. I just want a good move either way. Give us like a nice little $52 push one direction or the other. Really trying to come up and retest that previous intraday high now. Bulls getting a little excited. See, we're going to pop this and go to that yesterday close. Volume starting to come in a little bit. After that retest, pretty good volume. Breaking that new previous intraday high. See if we're going to hold it. Most of the stocks coming up. Tesla, not too much. Come on, let's go pop yesterday close now. Still got 2 minutes on this 10-minute candle. Could get potential increase or buying volume on this 10-minute candle. We just got to wait and see. This 10-minute candle has developed into quite the interesting candle. Huge wick on the bottom side. So we're going to see if they're going to wick it back down and give us an indecision candle, or is this really going to be a pretty bullish signal? We can get that increase in volume. Most of the big tickers have not broke the upside levels yet, so still need that to happen.
Same sectors are red, same are green. Nothing really changed from the last update. Tech picked up a little bit and are fighting to go green.
Got our new 10 and 30-minute candle on the market.
Oops.
None of the big weights of SPY moving too well for us to help with this upsize move so far.
Hey, what are your favorite weights doing?
Nothing. Apple's doing nothing. Amazon's doing still in range. Microsoft rejecting pre-market high. Meta's doing nothing. Tesla's still in. Everything's still in range. Literally, everything's still kind of just forming a range. Apple's got a way tighter range than Microsoft. So if all these can come and start moving to the upside, it would really help out SPY. But if they start pulling down, it's probably going to bring SPY down to the levels. So wherever direction these weights pick is probably where SPY is going to move.
Yeah, Apple Titan range, Amazon Titan range. Both of those moving lower. Tesla's not looking bad. Meta's still in range. Microsoft got a good pop, but they're still in range. Yeah, getting a lot more red reaction than I am green. AMD's holding a pretty good potential by the dip base. They just need to pop over their today's highs. Nvidia, same. They just need to pop over 228.40s. And Netflix rejected 314s. They look like they want to come down and test today's open again. Holding pretty good on the 394 area. Just need to see a pop over it, really.
The 9 on the 10-minute is lining up with yesterday low, giving us a double confirmation of an area of interest. If it breaks down through there again, could be a better setup.
Mel, watch 39.45 on SPX. New high of
Nice
day.
pop coming in. Jinx.
Still got a minute in this candle in the 5-minute. $20 seconds in the 5-minute candle. Relatively lower volume though.
Very, very low volume.
And a very indecisive candle holding this new high.
And none of the weights have picked a direction. So none of our weights have really given us that confirmation that it really wants to help out SPY and move, make that move.
Yeah, buyers are taking levels. They just aren't having strong follow through. I agree with you, Tobias. They're not here. They need to get a jump off this 394 level to really show, hey, we're here. So far, no cigar. They got the new high. It's just very weak of a take so far. Now your 1-minute time frame looks a lot better.
Tesla creeping back up towards pre-market high. That can get going. That could help out SPY.
Yes, possible sign of weakness. They just need to hold 394. The big level to get up to is that level that's up top right here. If I zoom out a little more. Because that's the previous day close. That's where buyers want to head if they can hold this level. I'm just saying you have signs of weakness. Plus the weights really aren't moving or helping much. It's a lot of your smaller weights doing a lot of the work today.
Yep. Microsoft rejecting pre-market high again. Same thing with Meta rejecting again. Google rejecting. Amazon rejecting. Everything besides Tesla's rejecting again. Workbeef slowly trying to come up. Still no huge crazy confidence in the upside move. But this 10-minute candle finishes up under the pre-market high. Probably just going to head out. Chances are it's going to come down and retest something.
Nice job, Tobias. Not a bad risk-reward trade there. Yeah, probably smart, Tobias, playing small. Because if you do take those, I mean, because you know that's early entry, but it is good risk reward. That doesn't make them bad entries. Just means you need to trade with less risk. So I like that you said that. Better risk management.
Good stuff, Tobias. That's exactly what you do.
They're testing 9 EMA.
Yep, 10-minute candle opening up, testing towards 9 EMA.
If we can get a break of this, they're going to want to retest 393.30s. Really, as long as they hold this area between this reset and this reset, they'll look good.
Same situation on the downside, though. I really want to see some of these tickers break out through those levels to help SPY. Because right now, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Google, most of your big tickers are in a pretty tight range overall. All right, Josh, I'm going to head out. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow for the full day stream. Try to come with some questions for us tomorrow that are a little bit different, or some stuff you guys have been thinking about. Have some questions ready for us, whether it's stock stuff, light stuff, or whatever. But I will see you guys tomorrow.
See you later, Devin. Be safe. Y'all are stuck here with me. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Definitely helps out a lot. You guys are already doing really good at that, though, so thank you again. Right now, we're just kind of in a gray area right now. You're in a spot where sellers look good against 394, but a hold of 393.30s can also be good for buyers. You're in a very, very tight spot right now for SPY. And that doesn't help out that a lot of your weights, like Devin's been repeatedly saying this morning, a lot of your weights are just sitting sideways. A lot of the movement today has come from your smaller sectors today. Tesla with the slight recovery from their lows at pre-market. Microsoft broke a pretty important support, so did Google. AMD still looking pretty good for a buy the dip if they can crack 77.50. Nvidia needs to pop their high of day, which really Nvidia needs to pop 228.40s. And Netflix looking a little bit more weak as they break under their 9 and reject with multiple candles. So a lot of your top weights really aren't doing much, which is in turn being reflected on this chart. Seeing not a lot of movement, a lot of wicks on both sides. Here come those sellers. They're going to bring us down to 393.30s. Give us a support touch. No, we're stuck with Bueller. Good time for some water. Ah, good mention. I will drink some water. A solid time for water. I think I would like to see a second touch of this area. Just to show, hey, buyers are present here. If they can hold this again, the second move will probably be a lot better. From here, it's a little bit indecisive. It's just one of those days. It puts the lotion on the skin. What are y'all talking about? Thank you for the 1,800 likes. Shut up. 393.50, higher time frame level. Another retest. How fun. As it fights red to green, green to red, back to green. Fighting all over the place. Oh, a Hannibal quote. I see. It did sound a little demented, like it was a Hannibal quote. Say to burn Thursday, sounds a lamp at the lotion. Okay, yeah, so you knew it too. I'm not the woke one. On bigger time frames, we are in a very, very tight area. They need to really hold this 393s very well. If not, it's going to be very ugly for buyers. Seems to be holding now, but nothing crazy. I'm going to switch through the weights a few more times. Apple needs to get busy over their high of day. Amazon fighting their pre-market low again, which is their low of day at 91. So keep eyes on Amazon at 91. Keep eyes on Tesla if they can pop 194s. Yeah, banks are having an ugly day today. I was going to say, they're still down a little over 1.25%. 1.25%. Ooh, Coin had a nasty day too. I think Noxta was talking about them a couple days ago or yesterday. Another good rejection of that 66 area. Sellers stepping in on SPY again. Nothing crazy yet, though. No push away, no huge volume stepping in. Just initial reaction from that candle. Gen A. I know what love is, Gen A. Yeah, for real, go smack 393.30s one more time. Give us a good wick on top of it. Yeah, Baba moves a lot. There'll be days where it just doesn't move and you're like, oh, this is boring. And then you go check it like 2 days later and you're like, oh my god, it moved this amount, blah, blah, blah. And you're like just so surprised and amazed. Baba is a nice mover. It just doesn't move every day. And it has a lot of gaps, which can throw a lot of people off, so that's also a struggle. We do have Fed balance sheet at the end of today. We also have Christopher Waller and Neil Kashkari speaking later today. And then tomorrow we have Michelle Bowman, Thomas Barkin, Bostic, and Lori Logan speaking. Tomorrow we have PMI and ISM coming out. So tomorrow has a lot more news. So far this week, we've seen a lot of news be unaffected, though. Like, the market has come down a little bit more and just kind of hit the same support and been sitting here. But we haven't really moved much off of a lot of the news. Oh, yeah, Baba does move a lot, very randomly. It kind of reminds me of Tesla before it was super popular. Tesla used to move just like that. It used to just randomly go up and down. There really wasn't news. It was just random bits of price action. I guess so, Mike, just to see how much of their balance sheet's going to affect it. Yeah, Kashkari is a hawk. Gonna go watch some other paint dry. All right, Rambo, see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. Always happy to have you in here. But yeah, tomorrow, I don't know who's all going to be here, but I know it'll be at least me and Devin. I'll be joining the mod chat tomorrow for the live stream, the full day Friday. So I'll see who all ends up joining in and stuff. But hopefully we get a couple different speakers. Even if it's just to cover, you know, information or just go over whatever. For this price actually going to make me take a nap or something. Definitely not bad. Not a bad time to go take a nap. You'll be here? Awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Meme class, 11 a.m. Make memes with Sinful on stream. Yeah, this is a very light seller candle because it's green, very low volume, so it's just buyers with no fight, like Tobias said. Where does this put us on previous day? Alright, so if we wanted to cheat, we really could. Let's go to a different chart I don't have touched. Let's just delete this one. If I go from previous day demand, you go from low of the last move before the reversal to the top of the last red candle. So to right there. You'll see we're actually trying to defend this area of potential demand from previous days. Previous day demand is how you would see it. But we pushed above it, held bottom of it, pushed above it again, no follow through, and now we're kind of holding the middle of it. So you could be seeing a good start to a buyer move, potentially just off of basic supply and demand. But you actually have a really good supply area way up here. So we could be seeing it all the way up to 395.50s from here. Just going off basics of supply and demand. Apple's not really getting much movement. Amazon's still defending 91s. Tesla's still just kind of there. Meta got some movement. Microsoft getting a little bit, nothing crazy. Google getting movement. So Meta and Google, same sector, moving. Comms are moving. Semiconductors touched high of day. AMD, Nvidia. Netflix also moving with the Google Meta combo. So looks like comms are picking up a little bit. Netflix is touching above an important level. They're not breaking it, but they're touching it. Getting a lot of lower highs on a lot of these weights. Nothing crazy yet. And Apple, the perfect epitome of what today's price action is so far. Good call outs on AMD. A Japanese koifin tune. Oh, that previous song. Wow, that's big news. So the potential block on Microsoft acquiring Activision is actually still open. Microsoft proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard is reportedly likely to be approved by the EU regulators, which that was a big problem. That might force our markets to allow the acquisition happen as well. So that would be pretty big if Microsoft still has a chance of getting Activision, which a lot of people, including me, think it will be blocked. But now that this is opening it back up, you might actually see U.S. regulators open the doors again. So you might see the acquisition from Microsoft acquiring Activision actually happen. Very big news today, which that might not seem like it on the chart, but company-wise, that's huge. But big news for anybody who is a YouTube member or a lifetime member in my Discord, YouTube member on the YouTube channel or lifetime member in the Discord. Again, I will be doing the swing account. It's probably going to be a mix of swings and day trades, so I don't want to just say swing account challenge, but that is the main focus. Those private streams will be happening next week. I don't know if I'm going to do it every day, but I'm going to do it every day that I'm looking to get into a trade, because I don't want to just call out. I don't want to do that. I want to go through the whole thought process, the charting, the entry, the exit, the plan beforehand, the plan during, and the plan afterwards. So if you are a member of either of those, definitely be sure to pay attention next week. You will start getting links to private streams at the end of each day. It won't be every day, but most days at the end of the day. I will be posting that link for you guys to tune in, catch some potential swings. Also, just to kind of learn from TA. It's kind of both, Noxta. We had a good mix of swings that we took the very next day, and we had a good mix of swings we held over multiple days. I try to keep it a mix. I try not to focus on just one or the other. But I had made that promise a couple weeks ago. I am coming back to it to keep that promise. For lifetime members of the Discord and for YouTube Premium members, which you literally, it's like $4.99 a month. To access that, you just click join on the YouTube channel. And yes, not premium. Not doing it with premium because you guys already have DukeBot. You don't need my plays. DukeBot and me swing pretty much the exact same way. We both look at supply and demand. We look at levels. We look at EMAs. We just look at good patterns pretty much. I don't know what to name it. I'm just calling it a challenge. It's just to start with a lower amount, try to grow it through effective trades with reasoning. It isn't really a challenge. It's just something to do together. It's $4.99 a month, not a week, Tobias. Yeah, I guess it'd just be trading, Noxta. I just don't know what to call it. It's nice to put names on things so people are like, oh. Reasoning? I'm screwed. We can go through some of the trades I took. I kind of want to do a video for that. Because I can show you all the trade log. It's pretty messy. But we had a lot of really good wins. The only thing that really kind of hurt us was trying to trade SPX swing, which I just shouldn't have done that with that account. I should have done that with my bigger account. But besides that, the account was up over 60%. We had a lot of really good reasoning trades that made sense. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I think it's going to go up, I think it's going to go down. There was actually multiple confirmations for, all right, this is going up, this is going down, this is where our stop should be, this is where our target should be. We had a lot of really good plays. On your plays, it sounds like you will go into more of a breakdown on why you chose the trade. Exactly. Which it's kind of hard for me to do typing format. Like, if I just say, oh, I'm in square, now I'm out. Like, that's just signals. I hate doing that. I want to give people the meat of the structure, the meat of why we're doing something. Maybe I will do it in premium. Ah, Noxta, thank you for posting that. I wanted to see that. Like you said, very easy to see once I go look. I was gonna say high volume hammer, high volume shooter. Got a nice gap down, opened up about 50%. Took two at 50%. Okay, nice. You had multiple contracts. Good stuff, Noxta. Very, very clean setup on your RU inputs. Very, very nice. Those are the signals that are nice because you end up finding that hammer and you're like, okay, this is it. This is the time to get in. It feels so good, especially because it rejected that last high too. That makes it even better. Very, very nice, the Nox. I'm looking at your spy play now. I like your first exit on your first trade because I would say the first entry was a little early, but your exit was perfect. Like you knew that was high of day. It's like, all right, I can't look past this. This is where I draw the line. That was very clean. Let's see. And then he took profit again for 30% at high day. Entered spy call here when we held this FFG multiple times. God, those are clean. I like how much stuff is on your chart too. You don't have like a billion things on your screen telling you up or down. You know, you just have simple charting going on and you're just sticking to what's there. That right there, Noxta, is effective trading at its finest. Very, very nice. Alright, I'll make the channel right now for anybody in premium. What do I call it? Somebody give me a good name, since we're not calling it challenge. I don't really want to call it that either. Team BB run up. Yeah, not challenge. Just name it not challenge. Quest for profits. Yeah, somebody give me a decent name. Spoon feeding all the way to 50k. Call it the grow small account not challenge. Add the not challenge part in there as well. Let's eat. That's not a bad name. Call it I am not Dukebot, aka am Dukebot. Why am I on Google? Go back to Spy. Well, we're still holding over the 394, so you should see pops to 395 area. Again, that's previous day close, that level above. Swing class. Ooh, that could be a good name. Sync2 asked, what do you plan to do again with the YouTube Premium? Sorry, I missed it. Totally fine. I want to do some private streams because I have a lot of YouTube members now, and I want to give them some more content. But at the same time, I want to also feed the Discord for people who are paying. There's a lot of people in Premium and Lifetime, so I'm going to combine Premium and Lifetime with the YouTube Premium. I'm going to combine all those people into private streams and stream doing swing sessions, swing classes, whatever the hell we're going to call it. But it'll be me covering setups, me entering setups, me exiting setups, which you guys are in here in the morning stream, so you'll see me exit them a lot of the time. But I want to give a single source for people to just kind of have swing setups. I guess I call it swing class. I don't really know what else to name it. That was the only decent name given. Skip. Alright, let me edit all the permissions for this channel. We'll get it going. Swing Squad. Oh, that would have been a good name. Swinger Club. Yeah, that'd be a really good name. Alright, so everyone cannot view. Perfect. That's what I want. Premium and Lifetime. Sorry if I'm quiet. I'm going through all these permissions. It's a lot to look at. Alright, I made the channel. I'll type it up now. Oh, that's not premium, that's Dylan. There we go. That's not okay. Those names are too close to the real name. Also have to do a new trade log, so let me get that set up too. Make a copy. Alright, the trade log is ready. Reset. Except now I have to... Nope, go back. Whatever, I'll fix it later. And I need to make an announcement to my YouTube members. There we go. Good call out. SJIM is active now. This is the short Jim Cramer ETF that's been talked about so much recently over the past year or so. But here it is. It is actually live now. Thank you, Noxta, for reminding me. I forgot that was getting posted today. I even reposted the link myself and I forgot. SJIM. I repeat, SJIM. Bueller, what do you think trading will be in the future? My dad talked to someone from Harvard, and they think it will become very automated. Wondering your thoughts. Well, he's already partially correct, because a lot of trading is already automated. When bigger dogs, these big hedge funds, do all their repositioning and all this stuff, they don't go do this like we do on our phones or on our computer. There's already a system in place where a lot of it is automated. They just kind of set their expectations, they set their goals, they set their targets, whatever, parameters they need to change or fix, they do. And it already is I would say most of the market is already automated. Now, the question is, what do you think trading will be in the future for retail, and what will trading be for institutions? That is the bigger question. Retail has already seen a pretty big influx, and we already seen plenty of people quit, plenty of people rejoin in. Retail trading is at an all-time high again. So the question is what will the playing field be for retail is really what my question would be. But a lot of the information already is automated. I'm out today. Good luck, everyone. See you later, Satchmo. Tesla put's paying nicely. I'll go check it out with you. Ooh, good job. Yeah, because they could not hold 190, 130s. They got a good break. A little 3-bar play. And now they're just kind of retesting where they first popped and held. Algos. Yeah, there you go. Algos. Algorithms are already a huge part of the market. I think something that would be cool to see in the future, which they're already kind of doing this too, is lowering the amount of time that reports come out. Like, I honestly hate when we see like something come out, like it's like, oh, they're trying to acquire this company, but it comes out like 30 days later. They're already trying to cut down those certain numbers of stock reporting, news reporting, really hiding all that inside information from a lot of retail and a lot of institutions too. But honestly, I have no idea, to be honest. I'm really just going with the hits when it comes to the market. I'm blessed to be here on the stock market. I think anybody should be too. And you should never look at this as a tool to make money. It's really just so awesome to be able to learn these things. Because honestly, I've seen nothing but learning experiences since, right before COVID. We were in a pump it up market. You could basically buy anything and you'd be up on it over the next couple months. Now you're in a part of the stock market where that's not the case. You can't just buy and have a lot of confidence that it is going to go up over the next few months. There's going to be some range trading. So it's really just been a learning experience to me, more importantly. So if anything does change in the stock market, awesome. I can't wait. We've already seen them open up the like SPY and SPX. You used to only trade those on Mondays and Fridays. They added Wednesdays. They've now added Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can zero DTE every single day, which you shouldn't do, by the way, but it's just impressive that they are already doing this. They're already making it a lot more accessible for people to trade these higher volatility options. So But like I said, we've already seen automation in the market. We've already seen algorithms in the market, especially as a way to further ourselves as people. Amazing growth for diligence, and 100% knocks that. And that's how you should see it. You shouldn't see it as like, I'm only here to make money, which if you are, more power to you. Again, I'm not taking that away from you. If you are only here to make money, great. That's good. But you should also see it as a learning experience. There has been so many big things to learn ever since before COVID, you know, and there really hasn't been a stock market like this one in forever, in a while. You know, we have our recessions and we have our big hits to the stock market and the global economy, you know, every 10, 12, 15 years, but we don't get these learning experiences back to back that quickly. I mean, we had COVID, then we had extra dips from all the other stock market stuff, inflation rising, you know, and it's just crazy learning experiences. You get to learn so much more. Who plays UTT? Not sure, I lost on these, now completely stopped. Which you really shouldn't be trading those too much. I would, especially in your beginning, I would say don't touch them at all. Maybe as you grow confidence, you grow a little bit more knowledge of what you're trying to do each and every day about your setups, what you're trying to enter, what you're trying to exit, your whole trading setup. Then you can maybe start taking them. But again, I really would not go into trading GOTTEs that much. I really wouldn't. That's not a thing you want to focus on. Good point, Daffy. Big losses equal bigger learning lessons. I think we're built different in this community. 100%. But that's just how I see it. You know, whatever changes to the stock market, I'll adjust. You know, and that's the biggest saying. I don't even know where I heard it from. I've just always been saying it is, this is a forever changing market, so we have to be forever adjusting. The market never just stays the same. You could say things look alike. You can say things look like, you know, certain aspects of a different part of the chart. But overall, you should be sitting here taking it in as a lesson, not as, oh, I'm going to definitely make money here. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. I also think a lot of people's biggest problem is jumping around too much. Now, that can mean multiple things. Hold on, I'm catching up with y'all's messages now. But don't change around too much. That could mean so many different things. Indicators, stocks, trade setups, trade types. You know, are you here to learn scalps at first and try to build up on that first? Awesome. Are you trying to learn day trades a lot better, where you take longer of a trade, different types of different looking setups, swings? You know, it's a completely different ball game. You know, focus on just one. Focus on analyzing. Focus on drawing your levels. Focus on not switching indicators every week. Focus on watching a single setup over the course of multiple months. Over time, you can start to adjust to, all right, this is what I like more, this is what I don't like. I'm going to start to limit myself to this. And that's the whole big key there, is limiting yourself. You know, so let's say you're really good at open range breakout scalps, but you suck at those longer day trades, right? Then maybe you should just limit yourself to scalps for a while, focus on those non-hesitation plays, and then over time, as you start to get to your first target a lot more, then you could start to learn on those longer day trades. Secondary, let's say you join a community and everyone there uses the middle VWAP. So you jump into using the middle VWAP. That's awesome. But you shouldn't sit there and just focus on that and then switch over to the 9 EMA next week, and then switch to the 30 TMA this week, and then switch to this EMA this week, and then TTM squeeze and Ichimoku. Don't jump around indicators a bunch. Stick to one set for a while. See what you like, see what you don't like. Focus on it. Limit yourself and don't shift around so much. Give yourself a stable process, a stable routine, so you can have that chance to grow. You don't just get lucky randomly one day, take one trade, and you're rich. No, it's going to take the course of multiple trades over the course of whatever amount of time you need. You know, so what does that involve then? Well, that involves having a stable routine, stable setups to find, stable entry on something that you like Tobias, Mel, Chance, Darren, Kinkobina, Mel, Burak. Like, all of these guys have a couple types of entries that they really like to focus on, and then that's it. They don't go randomly chasing other random setups just because it excites them for that quick period of time, right? It's because they have a stable routine, and that's why this system works so well, because it's stable. You're not constantly changing. The rules never change. How to chart these levels, they never change. They never move. Your levels might be in different spots, but you're not going to be
changing how you look at them or where you're getting them from over and over and over. They're going to be the exact same thing. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. You need to have a stable routine, so moving forward, you have a potential chance of seeing success a lot more than failure, while also learning at the same time, understanding why you're winning and why you're losing, why this isn't working, why this is. Being able to take trades with a plan, talking about it beforehand, kind of talking about what you want to see, what you don't want to see, target, stop loss, all that great stuff. And then moving into the trade, trying to handle the emotions of that trade, trying to stick to what you planned beforehand. And then afterwards, let's say you took a win, you took a loss, doesn't matter. Afterwards, you now get to review everything you talked about beforehand during the trade. So afterwards, when you're done reviewing, you just did the full 3-step process of talking about a trade from beginning to middle to end. You covered every single base. So write that down. Do not jump around. Do stick to the same system for a while, regardless of it being my system or not. Again, you guys know me. I'm not really a tyrant. I'm not going to sit here and say, you have to use my system if you're going to be here. Use whatever. Use whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just showing you that price action is a lot easier than a lot of people think. It just takes time to look at it. Exactly. Boring is good. You should be bored of seeing the same stuff over and over. But at the same time, you need to focus on just that set system. Stable routine, not jumping around too much. You guys see me every week. I cover the same exact information. I cover the same levels every week. We cover the exact same routine every single week. And it needs to be that way for you as well. Regardless of me streaming or not, you need to be on a stable, consistent routine. But that's honestly a big reason most people fail. It's not because they're dumb. It has nothing to do with intelligence. I've seen dumb people make big gains. I've seen intelligent people lose a lot of money. Intelligence has nothing to do with the stock market. It doesn't take a smart person to be good at trading. What does it take, everybody? What does it take to be a successful or positive or good quality trader? What makes that up? It's not the gains. It's not the losses. It's not how smart they are. What is it? I say it all the time. What is the word I'm looking for? Discipline. Exactly. Matthew got it. Discipline. You guys are getting it. Exactly. Discipline is how someone grows. It's not through random big wins, random big losses, this or that. It's always about the routine, the process, the discipline. Right? So having a stable routine, that's only going to make it better, right? Because at the beginning, you're not going to have that much discipline because you're not going to understand what's about to happen. Then as the more you go through trades, the more you start to visualize, mental trade, take reviews, all that good stuff, the more you'll start to realize, like, wow, if I just limit myself to this and that, I'll start growing more. That's discipline. Limiting yourself is discipline. So focus on that. I did see that, King Cabino. They actually did another meme video comparing that to a lot of other people's trade rooms, because there's a lot of hype traders who call out signals and stuff, and those traders were doing horrible while the goldfish was killing it. It's pretty funny. But sorry for the rant, everybody. I just wanted to go through that a little bit more because I see a lot of you guys doing really well. I see a lot of you guys have the eye. Again, you guys are not dumb. You have the intuition, but what you don't have is the discipline. A lot of you guys are still dealing with, and I deal with it too. None of us are perfect. There's not a single person in here that's perfect. Tobias isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. Mel isn't perfect. Daffy's not perfect. Right? We're consistently trying to grow, consistently trying to better ourselves, always learning something new. So take everything in as a learning experience more than a, oh, I only made this much money. Oh, I lost this much. Oh, I did this. I did that. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Stop doing all that. Stop doing all that outside thinking. Focus on the consistent routine. Focus on what matters. Now, what's next? Through discipline and what? Time. Through discipline, time, and process is how you erase these emotions. You don't just get into good trades all the time. You're going to get into a trade where you're going to lose, and that happens. That's something you have to emotionally and mentally get over. You are going to take losses. It happens, even with a really good setup. Nothing is 100%. So what do you need to do over time to erase those emotions and erase that bias and focus on taking factual trades? Okay, I'm in. Oh, it broke my level. I don't think I like it anymore. I'm out. I'm taking this loss. I'm moving on. Right? That is only done through time and process, through discipline. But focus those 3 words: discipline,
time, and process. These are 3 things that you will need over time, every single day, every single week, every rising moment in the stock market. You're going to need those 3 words to grow and effectively grow. You don't just want to grow your account and make money. What did we call that yesterday? Dirty money. Username had a really good word on that. Somebody else said a really good word for it yesterday. But you don't want to take a trade that doesn't make sense to you and then win. If anything, that's very bad for you, because now you think, oh, this is going to work every time I do this. I like when I see this setup, it's going to work. And then it doesn't work one time and you don't understand. So trust me, guys, you guys aren't dumb. You have really good intuition. I think a lot of you guys are right there. It just is going to take a little bit more time and consistent discipline. Remember, I'm not over your shoulder. Tobias isn't over your shoulder. Mel is not over your shoulder. We're not going to sit here and say, okay, you have to do this or you're going to lose. You have to do this so you can make money. You have to be your own disciplinary. Nobody's going to be there to ride your ass. And thank you, Mel and Tobias and all these other names that I've been using over and over. Thank you guys for letting me use y'all as examples. I'm not targeting anybody. But focus on that. Consistent routine. A shoulder puppet. That'd be really funny. It just smacks you like, sell, idiot, sell. You have to manage your losses or they will manage you 100%. And another good point, too, on managing your losses. Who is in direct control on how much you put at risk? You are, right? You're not just going to get into a trade and the market takes $600 from you. No. If you're getting into a trade that's $600, then you're getting into a trade that's $600. That's you putting yourself at risk. Let's say that goes down 20%, 50%. How much are you losing? Well, you're losing a pretty large size of that amount. Was that in your entire account? Was that just a portion of your account? These are things people don't think about. Focus on how much you're putting at risk. $1 every time I hear Mel's name. Mel, 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 Mel. But focus on that. How many of you chart your levels every weekend? How many of you go through every single night or the morning before and delete your levels that don't matter anymore? Like today, these levels still matter, but going into tomorrow, I'll probably delete this, I'll probably delete this, and I'll probably delete this, and I'll probably delete the pre-market low. I don't need them anymore. Going into the next day, I have new ones. How many of you follow something that consistently? You know, something where you're doing it every day, it's part of your routine. Make it part of your routine. Managing your charts, cleaning them up, maintaining them. Trades come last. Trading is something that you'll be pushed into because of your consistent process. Your confidence should push you into these trades. You shouldn't be looking at something and have to second guess it. You should be looking at it and instantly go, all right, bam. I like that this has a good support here. I'm gonna buy a call here, blah, blah, blah. This is where I should stop out if it goes against me. This is where I'm gonna take profit if it goes for me. It should make sense. Then look at it. All right, how much am I risking in this? Is this something that I can take, my account can take, even if I do take a loss? Bueller, do you chart Tesla every day? No, I do not. The smaller time frames, yeah. By charting, do you mean bigger or smaller time frame? Because that's a completely different question. Do I maintain and clean up my Tesla chart every day? Yes. Do I go back and re-chart it every single day? No. There's no need to. Like today, I didn't even add the smaller time frame levels. These are all from bigger time frame. Every weekend, though, I like to make sure all my charts are ready. Every night before the next day, I like to make sure all my charts are cleaned and ready to go. So in the morning, when I start my pre-market prep stream, all I have to do is add a couple levels from my previous day or pre-market, and I'm ready to go. I don't have to worry about anything. Amazon breaking lower. Apple looking a little more weak. Microsoft also looking more weak as they broke below. Meta trying to catch up. Google also breaking lower. AMD already broke lower. And Nvidia looking very top heavy. Netflix still struggling with the 314s. SPY's most likely going to be pulling down more. Yep, that's exactly what I do, Arjun. And I don't have to go mess with them again. Technically, you can leave those levels there forever.
the end of the day, recheck my list and change levels, adjust an AM if needed. Love it, Candace. That's exactly what I'm on. Love it. Love your system. Do you ever forget to clean your charts just to see price action the next day, return to yesterday's open range before it tests? You can, boo-boo. It's really all personal preference. But in the starting, you have to understand from my point of view, I like to give you guys a consistent routine to follow. Therefore, you can go do whatever you want. So if that's something you want to do, you know, add them later on or wait till first few moments, you definitely can. What if you're charting a stock that doesn't have a previously established candle? Then I grab the bases. A really good example on this is coin. As you can see, they didn't have a established base when they were making these lows, so I waited. There's just no point in trading it if you don't know what's there. I wouldn't mess with this price action yet. Now in the future you could go, okay, well there's a support here, there's a low here, and then you can start to go up from that and say, oh, there's an emerging candle there, there's one there, there's one here, 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 and so on and so on, and that will give you levels. There is no chart you shouldn't be able to chart. Unless it's a penny stock, which I don't do penny stocks. Not intentional, sometimes I just forget to clear. In the morning, sometimes I will forget to. Like if at night I just stayed up and I was just doing something, I didn't pay attention to cleaning my charts off. The next day, I'll just try to do it instantly. It's very quick. You just go to your pan tool, click the level, click delete, and then you can easily go through 20 levels and delete them if you need to. Or to re-add. Just click your price level tool and go back through and add all of them if you need to. Yeah, I don't really use it on like weird names, Arjun. Like I really don't use it to chart healthcare tickers a whole lot. I don't use it for a lot of like smaller penny stocks. It just doesn't work that well, and it's not because the levels don't work. They do work. It's just the price action doesn't really move a whole lot. SPX was Leland entry to the dot. It really was. He was saying 394.80s, I think, which it got really, really close to that. And ever since then, they've just been tumbling back down. But that's my rant for the day. Hopefully you guys took in some information from that. It's just really good to have the basics down, such as discipline, risk management, structure, routine, you know, following just simple things that really aren't so simple when you start out. You first to learn it and you're like, wow, there's a whole lot more to this. Over time, though, what you want to focus on is building up your confidence and your knowledge. The confidence in the price action, the confidence in yourself. When a level breaks, you should already instantly know what you want to look at next. You're either looking at puts to the downside towards the next level, or you wait for the retest, so on and so. There's always something else to talk about. It's always conditional. It's never just, oh, once this breaks, we're going down to the floor. Like, no, once this breaks, all right, well, we need to see how it reacts to this level here. We need to see how it reacts to today's open. If this breaks, we need to see if they can break through today's high to go reach 394.80s, you know, blah, 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 so on and so on. Mel. They're too long of rants to be posted as YouTube shorts. They're too long. You have to be like 60 seconds or less. Which, if you have the Discord, I already kind of do this already. If you go to stream clips, if you have basic access, there's literally like tens and tens and tens of clips in here, covering different topics, different things that I've pretty much just laid out here already. But if you have access to that channel, I would go through each of those. They're all about 60 seconds or less. Oh, trust me, some of my trades will not be 15%, Alan. I promise you that. With the 1K account, I will not be following normal risk management. At least in the beginning. I've actually done that on all of the accounts. I've done this like 3 or 4 times with less amounts. Like I started with like $300 one time. I started with $400 another time. One time I had like $230. This most recent time I started with 1K, which is the most I've started with. So I do not follow that just because it's that swing trading account. I see it as risking everything because if I put that $1,000 in there, that's not like that's my entire life savings. So that's kind of my thinking on it. Bueller, do you have a system for entry on supply? It's the same exact as 40%, 80%, Logan. Once you get down drawing those levels of supply and demand, those areas, those zones, whatever you want to call them, then you can look for open range breakouts or for retest plays. Look for a high, look for a lower high that gives you a more passive retest play to the downside or upside, regardless of what you're looking at. So like, let's say I have a, like right here. This is technically today's, I'll just do this so I don't mess up my chart. Alright, so let's draw a couple of these amazing boxes. So let's say I have price pushing up and the highs made here, and this is like the open of the last green candle. Alright, so this is supply, right? One thing to look out for is, one, this is seller control. So you shouldn't be looking at calls for this until you see price break above and sit on top of it before getting your next push up, right? So you shouldn't be looking at supply for calls. You shouldn't be looking at demand for puts until you see a further reaction to revalidate what you're looking at. Right? So let's say this is supply. We're in that mindset now, right? So let's say you have price push up to it, rejects it. Are you just grabbing puts here? Yes, you could, and you could leave a stop loss here, but that's very early, right? So that means your take profit needs to be very early as well. So it also kind of is a tempo thing. You don't just enter really quick and hold all the way to the floor, right? Because you don't know that that's going to go do that. So let's say you do get that rejection, you enter, you exit, bam. You don't need to be getting a big move to take profit on that, right? The passive way to take trades against supply and demand is looking for a test of the top of it, of course, to finish it out. Get a break under it so you see, okay, sellers are definitely still in control. And then you want to see either another test or a lower high, which a lot of the time you want to look for a lower high. Then you look for that for a entry. That is where you want to enter, is after that is made. You want to get in on that lower high where you leave your stop loss slightly above that or right at it. Therefore, when price does past it, you're just taking a medium-sized small loss, nothing that really is too damaging on you. And if you do get a good push to the downside, well, you're playing good risk-reward because you have a lot more room from the supply to the downside than you do for buyers to try and sit on this and retake, which, if that does happen, you can just get out of the trade. So it's essentially the exact same thing as 40%, 80% entries. It's just a different kind of look because you're not just looking at one level, you're looking at a combination of levels. But it's the exact same way you would take trades on any of these levels here, like we talk about. See you later, Tobias. We'll see you, man. What do I consider to be a small account? I don't really have a fair answer for that because I've started accounts from 230, 400, 500, 1,000. So, and honestly, 230, that was a struggle. I was pretty much 100%ing like every play until I got it up to a better amount, which there is a video for that in the swing trading playlist if you want to see it. So I really don't have a good answer for that. Small account, I would say, is anything under 25K. You guys are going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but it's true. Anything under 25K, you have a small account. Because you have to focus on risk management more than anything. It's not just finding a good play, it's also finding a good play that sits under your parameters of, all right, I can't spend this much. It's all about risk management. Taking your picks when you can, not just randomly finding plays every single day. You really got to pick and choose the right ones. So, in my opinion, anything under 25K is considered small, which would be most people in here. And it starts to get to people's head because let's say you have a like 20K account, but you're used to only trade. Hold up, take that back a couple steps. Let's say you're used to trading with less than 5K, right? So you're in a completely different mindset than someone who's used to trading with 25K. Right? It's a whole different mindset because when you're trading with 5K, you're taking trades that are of a certain size. When you get to 20, 25, 50K, you're trading to another size. You'll be trading the exact same way, but you're not taking the same trades. Let's say like right here on SPY. Let's say you're buying the dip here. A guy with 5K is probably only buying one contract, right? He probably has a really good target, a really good plan, all that good stuff. He's buying one really good contract, and he's going to hold it. He's going to do whatever happens afterwards. Bam, it pops, he takes profit. Bam, it breaks, he cuts, right? A guy with 20, 25, 50K is going to be definitely in more contracts than this, and he's not just going for entry and exit. He's going for entry, he's going for scale out, he's going for scale out, averaging in to buy more, he's scaling out again. It's a whole different mindset when you're with more money. So you think, oh, I can do more, I can trade more, I can buy heavier, when in some cases you don't need to be buying heavier. You just need to focus on taking one good trade, getting out, preserving that mental capital. It's not always about making more money. So it's also a mindset thing. People with 20, 25, 50K are thinking that they can put more at risk and the same results will apply, when in reality you're also going to lose more on your losers. Right, so it's a numbers game. You sound like a good Hold'em player. Just guess. I do like playing cards, but I don't know if I'd consider myself good. But cards are kind of the same thing. It's all about risk management. If I feel I have a good hand, then I will, of course, go hard. If I feel I have a bad hand, then I will either stop early and try to stop myself from losing too much money on the blinds. But I mean, it's really just a numbers thing. And intuition is a big part of it too. I feel like not enough people talk about that. It's always like you're supposed to turn into a robot to be a good trader. Like, no. There's also intuition. I'm sure all of you have this feeling sometimes where you feel like something's going to go against you, or you feel like something's going to go for you. That is a real thing, because it's things you've seen before. Intuition is essentially you just reflecting on past memories or past examples or past previews of something that you've already seen or experienced. And then as it happens again, you start to get that feeling of like, oh, I've seen this before, or I know what's going to happen here. That's intuition. Intuition is a very real thing. Nobody ever talks about that being a part of your trading, but it is definitely a huge part of your trading. It can hurt you and it can break you. It can help you, it can hurt you. I meant to say that. But it's all about that. It's all about risk management. It's all about discipline. It's all about intuition. And then like Chad just said, also the courage to follow through, because you'll experience times where you're like, I know what's going to happen here. And then you just sit and watch it, which in the beginning, that's an advantage. You should have that intuition and not have the courage to trade. Just kind of watch it, visualize it, and to really try to build up your mental capital, really. And then over time, as you start to see more of these examples, these breakouts, these retests, that's going to help you out. Exactly, more screen time, which isn't always a great thing. You shouldn't think that just more screen time will help you out. It's what you're doing with that screen time that helps. Are you just sitting there and looking at candles form? That doesn't really help you. Are you going to sit there and talk about, all right, this is where a good entry would be. I would stop out here. I would take profit here. I wouldn't even paper trade. I would write down a contract and go, all right, this is what it was when I was getting in. Let's see where it goes from here. And then as I take profit, I'll go write down what the contract is again when I'm cutting it or getting out of the profit or getting out of the trade with profit. You can buy based on your gut. I'm just saying that's only part of it. You shouldn't just only focus on the gut feeling, but the gut feeling is a very real thing. Thanks. I used to have money, but not so now. I think I just concluded I'm too small to even attempt anymore. Oh well, learned a lot. At least I know how I screwed it all up. And don't beat yourself up too much, Alan. Everyone, almost everyone, has been in a position where they put themselves at too much risk without realizing, oh crap, if I do this, I could really be ending my account here. I could really be hurting my mental self here. So that's a big thing too. I mean, there isn't a single person. There is no such thing as a professional options trader. Do not let people lie to you and tell you, oh, there are professional options. No, there's people who over time have done better than others, but I would still not label them as a professional. I would just say they've built up a lot of experience. Because even those guys take big hits, and the next thing you know, they're not trading anymore. Exactly. That's exactly what you should say, Arjun. Paper trade helps you figure out the platform and gives you kind of realistic understanding. But even then, though, it does not give you a realistic understanding of fills. Like, it shows you how things work, but you shouldn't paper trade in the sense of like, oh, I just got filled and I'm 10% up. Like, that doesn't happen unless you get positive slippage on a market order and price is just zooming as your order goes through. That's the only time you'll experience that in real life. Paper trading does give you a false reality with entry and exit cost. You'll think, oh, wow, I started up 20%, when in reality, when a lot of the time you buy your positions, you're actually down a hair because market makers are over here messing with your fill. But I think I'm going to end the stream there, guys. Today was a very nice day of ranting. Hopefully tomorrow we'll also have a fair share of examples and previews. I hope a lot of you guys have questions for us tomorrow. Hopefully we can go through some examples. We'll see all who joins us for the voice chat tomorrow. I'm going to be there. Devin's going to be there. Hopefully Daffy will be there. Hopefully username shows up. Marente, D-Touch, Leland, JBek, any of the guys, that'd be cool. If any of you older guys in here want to tune in, just DM me and I'll see if we can fit you in. But I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for being here. It really does mean the world to me that you guys support me. It really does mean a lot. I really do love y'all. Y'all are my family, so I really do appreciate you again. I say thank you too much probably, but thank you. But I'm going to end it here. Have a great rest of your day. Tune into the Discord if you want to catch more updates or go through the chat and just kind of engage with everybody. There's a lot of really cool people in there. But I'll see you later on. See you for Full Day Friday tomorrow.